Flixio Studios. We're based in Portland, Oregon. We're a studio of 30 artists, technicians, editors, animators, motion graphic folks, and we do premium content for the digital signage industry. This is our 4th year exhibiting. We have been attending for 6 years. A couple of sessions that we were privileged to engage in. Yesterday was digital menus, titled More Than Menus. So digital signs in the restaurant space. Some very innovative things happening and some great dialogues with industry leaders. Fortune 50 firms really looking to roll out digital signage in their restaurants, not only digital menus, boards, but also promo signs, dining room TV. What was very interesting was the number of international participants that we had. Folks from Ireland, South Africa, European continent, Asia, China, Japan. Just a very international flair, which is one of the reasons why we continue to come to Digital Signage Expo. As far as new technologies, absolutely it's going to be Ultra HD. We saw a lot of that at CES. It's all over the floor here as well. I think that's going to have a huge bearing. Maybe this year, probably in the years to come, more so as adoption spreads out. Mobile is going to continue to be huge, and that's why we're thrilled to offer iOS, Android, and Windows app development. It's just very complementary part of our business, a complementary part of what we feel digital signage folks need to understand and get a hold of. The rise of content and how it's becoming more sophisticated and more engaging. And I think that folks are beginning to see that in real life. We're seeing a lot of agency folks, a lot of really folks who are professional marketers get into this space and really understand the concept of story and narrative, and at a certain point, hardware and software is irrelevant. It's really about the messages that you're trying to convey. Is it reducing perceived wait time? Is it employee education? Is it promotional selling? What are we trying to do? And the content really needs to lead that discussion. With mobile obviously rising, and I mentioned our app development that we continue to hone, and we're excited to offer that now. I do think that on-premise digital signage network operators do need to perhaps also take some heart and take a deep breath of relief, potentially. Certainly there is a demographic that will not ever shop with their tablet, with their smartphone, right? And I think that there's an important part of tying in with the on-placement digital screens. Also, I think that there's certain things you can do with a larger format display, and we're seeing a lot of video walls here that you just cannot capture the same experience with a smaller screen. So I think that there is some comfort that folks can take. We firmly believe, and we continue to see with a lot of our clients, Starbucks, Gap, Nike, many others, that they are not abandoning screens, large format screens in retail environments, in museums, in galleries, in lobbies, in corporate environments, for iPads just yet. So it's a complementary feature, we very much believe. We've done partnered with a lot of our partners here at their booths for the content on their video walls and their touchscreens, etc. And we just get more excited because it's a larger canvas for us to play on and a larger messaging opportunity for us. We worked with Intel, who's in our backyard in Portland, Oregon, on the digital home, and many firms have been working on this space and what it looks like. We'll have to see. It's exciting. It is an exciting future. The next 5 years of digital signage, I think it's going to continue, touch is going to continue to overwhelm. When you have several 100 million touch devices, smartphones, tablets out in the public consciousness, everyone expects to move and swipe and touch and interact with the screen. It's really fascinating when you have 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds already zooming and swiping on their sheet of glass. And also, if you walk the floor here, it's amazing. You can see the screens that are clearly not screens, touch screens, installed at a high height or what have you. They have fingerprints all over them. It's fascinating, and there's this real, almost primal behavior to go and touch and interact with the screen. So we definitely think touch is here to stay and will continue to grow. Mobile and that integration has continued to be a big part of the future. And then also, as we said, content. And that continuing to lead the discussion, more and more focus on it. That will be moving up in the dialogue with potential clients and partners and marketers and retailers. What is the message? What's the story that we're trying to say? And content will continue to lead the discussion. Yeah, it's a real labyrinth, right? And it's a tricky minefield for folks to walk. I mean, there's a plethora of hardware and software and installation options out there, and by the time folks get through that, they're out of time, they're out of budget, they're out of energy, and they're really kind of spent. And they say, well, shoot, what do we want to put on the screen, right? What's our message? What's our story? Why did we do this in the first place? What are we trying to do? How are we using how do we hope to use this medium? And what is the compelling message we want to say? And again, it can be simply reducing perceived wait time. It can be employee education. It can be upselling. It can be promotion. It can be straight branding. Had a great conversation with folks at Goodwill yesterday. Goodwill Stores has a network of 54 stores, and they have digital signage in their stores. And it's all about, for them, talking about their mission and the Goodwill, humanitarian vision, and making folks feel good about what they've done that day at a Goodwill store, donation, and so on. So that is the type of conversation we love to engage in with our clients and customers. What is the story? What is the goal? What is the message you hope to convey? We have been giving some accelerated price breaks to folks, as we look at some of their projects that they're looking to roll out. It's a tricky business that we can't necessarily, do. It's a creative kind of per project basis that we tend to engage our clients and customers with. But we are interested in meeting new folks, having new clients and customers, and we'll work with them on whatever budget and pricing they have. We have been very impressed this year with the level of sophistication, frankly coherence and eloquence of the folks stopping by the booth. The level of sophistication in the questions that we've been seeing, very much buyers, a lot of folks with networks installed, digital signage screens in place, have plans looking to optimize it, and that's where we come in with content and development. The level and the sophistication of the average folks walking the floor is unparalleled for folks in this industry when you look at all the other potential offerings that they could go to. Again, we've seen a steady progression over the years of the coherence and sophistication of the clientele, the questions they ask, their knowledge base has been steadily improving over the course of the years, and it is only here. For example, in a session I led yesterday around digital menus, there were 4 Fortune 500 executives, IT, CIO, CMO level folks you just don't meet anywhere else. This is the meeting place of the industry. You have to be here. It's the price of admission. This is where everybody meets. The build up to it is months in advance. Everyone is meeting here informally, formally. It's where everyone in the industry comes. You got to be here. Digital Signage Expo is the place, the absolute place, period, full stop, for firms like ourselves, Flixio Studios, and anyone else interested in the business to come meet industry leaders, meet customers, meet buyers, stay abreast of latest and greatest technology. It's a great place to do idea sharing, informally, formally, around the tables, at dinner, at restaurants, breakfast, keynote sessions, seminars, lightning rounds. It's all here. You got to be here.